This day when we talk about a very important subject. And there could be folks out there who are transgender, who are lesbian, who are gay, who are bisexual. And yet this society ostracizes, this society stereotypes, this society looks down on you and don't accept you. They haven't accepted yet, but it's out there. Believe it or not, it is out there. And we have in the studio today Dr. Christine Sadia. She is the national chairperson. Go on, doctor, of what?
Kenya Medical Women's Association.
Good.
Kenya Medical
Women's Association.
Yes.
Wow. What do you guys deal in, by the way?
We champion women's health and girls' health. We assist girls to get into the school of medicine, the practice of medicine, and the leadership of women. So we build capacity, we mentor.
And yet they say the boy child is in jeopardy.
The boy child has always been under siege. Have you heard of Kenya men?
There's KMA.
Oh, but not supported by the government anyway.
We are not supported by government.
You support each other.
Yes, it's okay. Women for women, 12 women who started in 1983.
Why are you guys coming out stronger than KMA?
No, we are not. I think KMA is a bigger brother. But in terms of perhaps our focus, they have their focus, we have our focus. We were founded in 1983 by 12 great women doctors. But at that time, is the medical practice for women, the terrain was very hard. But even now, I could still say the terrain is still hard for women. Have you
Doctors?
Have you had women doctors advancing to a level of a CS? And yet, 52% of the university produce female doctors.
You are a doctor in what?
For me, I'm a dentist to start off with. Then I went to public health, and I did PhD in health economics and policy. So
PhD in health economics.
But she started off ndani ya meno.
Yes, huko ndio kwa meno ndio niko
and I've
kabisa.
had problems with my teeth. I've really had problems. It's not a lie. It's not a lie, Daktari. Am I lying, Jeff?
The problem with you just go to any quack out there.
No, my doctor, my dentist is not a quack.
No, that was your fourth one. Before you ended up with this one.
He told me, listen, Jalango, your problem is one. We start a procedure, then you get lost.
Come. For appointments.
Appointment.
He looks like he will miss his appointment.
He does, eh? Yeah.
So that is where my problem came in. Because I go to one of the best dentists in
And
this.
you're inconsistent.
Actually, can ask Daktari if she is Dr. Wala.
Oh,
You know,
I know Dr. Wala. His place in
Lavington. Yes. So he's a very good
But you show up once?
But I show up once. The pain is too much. 1 month, I go back again.
That's even worse.
That's where my problem must be. But now, since she's my personal dentist now,
Yes.
we will go through this.
Yes, and she will also determine what gender you are for sure.
Because only female ladies run away from medical procedures. So I might be.
You might be not Felix, but Fiona. But you know, doctor, at least we're having this conversation. You know, I think that's progress. It's progress. It's progress.
It's a very big progress.
But there's still people out there suffering in silence.
Yes, especially the transgender. I think the transgender issue is one that I'm saying not by choice. Transgender that are really born with that, you feel that you're in somebody else's body, but you're not there. You know, you feel that you've been put in a body which is not yours.
Yeah.
Because that is what the transgender feel. Because mind and soul and what they do, they could feel female. But then they found themselves trapped in a body that they feel is male. So I guess it is something that needs to be talked about. Those who are there, that maybe the 1% we talked about now, less than that number, perhaps they need to come out to get support. And the best person to start catching them is when they are children,
Yes.
growing up, before they reach puberty. Pre-puberty is the time that parents and schools need to help to see those kind of behavior so that they are helped to fit in. And then if there's any medical intervention that needs to be done, whether it is through hormonal therapy or is through surgical procedures, then that needs to be done.
And it can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah.
And it has been done. Audrey was done here in Kenya.
Correct.
So my colleague, the psychiatrist, would be able to diagnose where the mind is, and then the other medical practitioners will check the body, where the physical, the biology of it.
Yes.
And in the biology, there are two aspects of biology. Some like after anatomical, where you find that the other organ is different from externally. It may be that you see a female organ, but internally you may be a male organ, or traits of male organ, or you get a neuro, you get the neuro, what we call the neurohormones, where the gray matter and the white matter analysis. Of late, we are doing studies of gray and white matter.
Yeah.
Then you find that is giving you a different profile. But because the study has only been done in very limited, the numbers are few, we cannot conclusively use that study because of the numbers. The numbers are small, but the studies are developing. Scientists are looking at what are the real causes and how can help be found for genuine people who find themselves trapped in bodies that they feel with gender analysis, or what I said in a medical term is called gender euphoria.
Yeah, but this is nothing new, Dr. Ari, right? This has been going on for the
It
last
has been
2,000
going for a
years.
long time, yeah.
Right? Since time immemorial.
It's not new. For
No.
for the few that are affected, it's not new.
Correct.
Wow. Just going through a few articles that have been written
About
this.
Okay.
There was this young man was called, everybody knew him in the entertainment industry. It's called Jackson Jaffa, a former transgender, Jackson Jaffa. Now he's straight man and ready to marry. Yeah, because he had taken himself totally.
That's him?
This is him. He used to dress straight like a lady, everything, everywhere in the entertainment scenes. But now he says he's gone straight, and he's
a man.
He's a man
Ready to marry.
and ready to marry.
Even this athlete in South Africa, you've worked in Southern Africa, Casper Semenya.
Yeah, Casper.
Is right? Semenya.
Semenya.
Right.
Yeah, Semenya.
So but she
she.
married
A woman. And now they have a child.
Okay.
Oh, Jalangas,
That is
Yeah, he's frozen, yes.
that is where
It's free.
Dr. He's frozen.
because I don't understand it. You know, somewhere like Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
they were really, really tough on this.
Mugabe in his time.
And also even in
Uganda.
Uganda was
Also,
bad.
Uganda is still bad.
Uganda is
It's still bad, eh?
still bad. There's a day I was in Uganda. There's this newspaper called
Red Pepper.
They listed 100 gay Ugandans, where they live and their homes. My friend, it was bad, and their photos were out over there. And everybody was out there chasing them, looking down for them. And even in Zimbabwe, you remember the two
Who were arrested.
and you were put in jail, and Mugabe said, immediately you get pregnant, you'll be released.
He told the two men.
Yes, can you imagine? That's how bad. But thank God to Kenya and our few laws here and there, and a few rights, and people like Daktari here who are out to talk about these issues, that, it is normal to feel
abnormal.
Jane
Yeah.
when you are Jeff, or Fiona
If
when
you're Felix.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's only that the rider is not by choice.
Correct.
This one is not by
Correct.
choice. You see, there are some that the numbers that we are seeing, the bloating numbers, could be by choice.
Right.
But what we are saying, the medical one, is not by choice.
No.
It's because when we look at the underlying factors, we will find a medical condition, and then you will be offered those options that are existing, whether it is surgery or hormonal therapy. So those are not by choice. Those are real issues that people are struggling with.
To deal
But I am not in a position to talk about the ones I know sexual orientation. So we must distinguish between sexual orientation and gender identity.
Correct.
Because those are two different
Correct.
issues.
Dr. Ari, as we wind up the hour, give us some final thoughts going forward. And I know there's someone or several someones out there who are in this situation, who are in this, for lack of a better word, predicament.
Debacle.
It's not a debacle, Jalas.
Okay, under siege.
Sieke?
Sieke for that matter.
What advice do you give them going forward, Dr. Ari?
I think perhaps me as a mother, what I would ask society to do, to be a little bit tolerant to people that are differently, looking differently from ourselves. Because once we get to that realization that behind that person who is looking differently, there could be a real issue that needs to be sorted. And once that space is created that they can come out, then even the medical colleagues or medical psychiatrists can assess and find the real cause. Because like what Jalango said, somebody now is comfortable living in the manner that he would like to live, and yet for many years perhaps he was denied that chance. So medical intervention, after he came out, medical intervention kicked in, and he was assigned or he must have, he must have had a gender reassignment.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, those are cases that we can deal with.
Doctor, what's the bottom line? Will it take someone of fame, someone who's well known, of notoriety, to come out
and
so
advocate?
That, yes, so that others do the same?
Yes, it's champion and advocate that they could. But I think the starting point is literacy. Are we even aware that maybe 1% or below 1% of our population could be struggling with the issue that we are now talking about today? Because awareness, and I think you have started in the right note, if you raise that awareness, then people realize that there are people who are talking about this and they care, then they will be able to come out. So advocacy, a champion, and care.
Yes.
And then we find the space, also intervention. How do they support it? Because it's very expensive venture. I'm sure if somebody talks to Audrey, she must have spent quite a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do you know any champions, Jalas? Anyone?
No. It's a space I've always run away from. So,
okay.
I don't know.
Cosmayu, he says, what an inspiring speaker. She's not only good at it, but she says something that has inspired me. Listening all the way from Eldoret, El Dorado, LD. The people listening to you, Dr. Ari, and I'm sure out there is someone who would love to reach out to you. So do you have a contact? Do you have a way people can call you, email you, or give us some information?
Yes, I'm glad to give my personal number. Is not a secret.
Go.
So I'll give it 0723 333 419. And my email is very simple. It's called adis1956@gmail.com.
This
that's my personal one. Yes.
In 0723 333 419 is Dr. Christine Sadia. She is the national chairperson of the Kenya Medical Women's Association. And I tell you, this is the kind of conversation we need to have. Thank you so much, Dr. Ari. I'm sure we'll be talking to you another time. And we apologize for that call in the middle of the night, but you did fantastically well.
Thank you.
Well done. Jalas, this is what we call
candid interviews with decision makers.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jalango.